Hello everybody, welcome back. Fumbler here, and yeah, you might notice right away my desk looks a bit different than usual. And this is because today is going to be a quite messy day. And this is because we want to take this key apart and file it to dust. And yeah, today I want to do a key impressioning with you and show you my steps and what I've learned and what tools I use for that. And yeah, first of all, what is key impressioning? Well, I brought a cutaway here from BKS, and here's the key that works. And as you know, the key lifts the key pins to the right height and at shear line we call it. And you can open the lock because nothing is blocking it anymore. Yeah? And when you pick it, you would tension the lock and then pick one pin after another. Now comes the fun part with impressioning. Here's a blank, which you can just buy, and this fits the keyway. And as you can see, it lifts all the key pins as far down as it goes. And of course, none of them are at shear now. There could be one at shear if it was a very short key pin, but it's not in this case. And what you do now with impressioning is, well, you tension the lock very hard by turning on the key with a lot of force, and I will use a tool for that, which I show you in a moment. And then what you do is you wiggle on the key. And what that does is only one of the pins, or maybe 2 or 3 or so, will bind and block the rotation, the opening of the lock. And these will also push against the wiggling of the key, and this will leave a good mark in your key. And this mark you can then identify by pulling out the key and having a closer look on it. And yeah, in this case I didn't use enough force and we won't see a mark here, but I will show you in the process how it turns out with the ABUS. And the idea is now, if you see a mark, you will take out the file and just file away where the mark is. Then you put in the key again, do the same process, check again if the mark comes back, and then you will file away again and again and again until the mark disappears. And this will tell you that that key pin is not binding anymore. And yeah, one thing is very nice about this technique actually is that the security pins in the driver part, they don't matter for this process, because all you are impressioning is the pressure from the key pins. And if they are standard, then you won't get a fault set or anything, which is very nice. And this is what I did already off camera for an ABUS lock. You see here, and this is a key I filed off. And today I want to take you along on this process. And to take you along, I have this very nice optics setup here for my camera, which is it magnifies by 25 times. And now I shifted it completely, but back it is. And what is nice about it is that you can just put the key in front of it and you can get very enhanced pictures. And yeah, this is just very nice. But you need quite some time to get the focus right, get the distance right, and so on. And I found that it is not so helpful for me during impressioning. That slows me down quite a bit. But I think it's a good method to take you along and show you the marks that I find and so on. So this is a lock we're going to impression with this blank, and as tools I will use these vice grips here, where I can just clamp down the key just like this, so it doesn't move anymore and I can use quite good force. Then I will use this file, which is a Swiss made file with a 3 cut, or however you call it, Not a 4-card as many people would recommend it, but still works really nice so far. And then just some sandpaper and 600 grit to prepare the key. So much for the introduction. Let's get started and try to impression that lock. Okay, lock turns for the first time. Awesome. Still a bit gritty. Now is the crucial part of not filing away too much. Otherwise it won't operate anymore, but you see the clear mark in one here. Okay, we have a working key. At least to one side. It still works. So, yeah. I had it working smoothly at the moment, and it only worked in one direction, and I wasn't sure why. And so I wanted to get it working in both directions, and I just filed away too much. Now it's just barely working, so I overfiled the first position now, I'm pretty sure of. And yeah, still works, but barely, so just ruined the whole impression just by wanting to make it go smooth. So I think what I will do, I will just disassemble and then we can see how far off we actually are. So see you back in a second. So I've just taken out the core and the pins. Yeah, for the drivers, they don't matter for impressioning, but just a classic ABUS setup. And here's how the key looks when inserted. And you can see that I filed away too much on 3 and on 1. So I still want a working key for that. So I will try to file one now with the core out, and that should go rather quick, I hope. So we can take this as a starting point, and basically, yeah, I hope I can just eyeball it like this. Okay, everything is smooth. Just took me, 11 minutes. So let's get it back together and hope that it works in the lock as well. So see you back in a minute. So I just put it all back together. Here's the key I filed with the core out, and yeah, as expected, it works rather nice. And what's interesting about this lock actually is I could always pick this side, but I was never able to open this side by picking or anything. And if you look on it, it's in a rather bad shape with all the paint and so on. And now is the moment. Can I open it with the key? Nope. So it seems there's something broken on this side of the lock. So, yeah. Very nice that I got a key finally. Sorry that the impressioning worked out so bad, but yeah, don't overfile. All I can say. I should have stopped. And yeah, maybe I will still impression these buffers here, because yeah, I just have enough blanks and I still want to push impressioning a bit, because I had 2 working examples, then one failed. So what about these? So everybody's still watching. Thank you very much. And yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe if you haven't already. And then I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.